My name is Tinker Hatfield. I'm a designer here at Nike. Been designing architecture, apparel, and footwear for almost 25 years. I first got involved with Nike because I was a track athlete at the University of Oregon, and the head track coach was one of the founders of Nike, and that was in 1971. I became one of Bill Bowerman's test pilots. He was the track coach who started the company with Phil Knight. And then I went to architecture school and ultimately became Nike's corporate architect in 1981. But I always figured I would end up designing shoes at some point because that's where the action is. I started designing shoes actually in 1985. One of the very first shoes I worked on was the Air Max. Really, it was a shoe designed during a time when lots of running shoes from the competition as well as within our own company all pretty much looked alike and maybe even performed similarly. It was my job to actually sit down with a few other people and figure out how we're going to break out of that box. We were working on what we called a highly cushioned running shoe, and Nike had the technology in hand, which was to create more cushioning through larger and larger airbag design. Well, as I started to understand more about the technology myself as a designer, it really dawned on me that there was an opportunity to actually eliminate part of the midsole so you could actually see that very technology and make it visible, and hence everybody started calling it visible air. Because prior to this shoe, air was just a word. People didn't understand it. And so actually, I remember sketching up the original drawing. I just drew this lozenge-shaped opening. I guess the desired effect was we were differentiating ourselves from the rest of the competition. This was immediately successful. At least that's what I recall, and that people gravitated to it. This one was really designed for that person who really was looking for a better ride, a more protected, cushioned ride. Most running shoes were either white or dark blue or white and black or gray. There was a lot of gray. Bright colors hadn't quite hit the sort of general running shoe market. When I first drew this one up, I just grabbed the brightest color in my felt pen box, drew it up. I knew I had done the right thing when a shoe reviewer had gotten a hold of this particular model in Great Britain and lambasted it for its bright and garish use of the color red, and that no one would ever wear such an abomination. And I love to hear that kind of stuff because you know you're on the right track when people start to criticize. Red became a signature color for this shoe, and we actually had to battle a few people internally because it was unusual even then. I think this shoe flipped a switch in a lot of customers' minds that a shoe can not only be technically innovative, but it also can be kind of an object of design and desire.